Hi friends, today let us discuss about IoT communication model. IoT is the Internet of Things. As we all know that in IoT, different devices are connected by wireless. One device communicates with another device. We can call these two devices as nodes or source of destination or transmission or receiver. So whenever the data transmission is with security, then we will require a communication model. Whenever the data packets is delivered between the source of destination successfully, even then we require communication model. So as we all know that in IoT, the nodes are connected to each other, but all these nodes are not synchronized with each other. The speed of few nodes is fast compared to the nodes whose speed is slow. So to provide synchronization between these nodes, we will require a communication model. When one device communicates with another device, they work on different protocols. So to enable different protocols to communicate with each other, we require a communication model. In IoT communication model, first let us try to understand response. Well, it is clear by its name what is request and what is response. So here, one device will request and the other will respond. Whenever you have used any web browsers on a system and you enter any domain name, this is the request generated by you. That request, with the help of the internet, reaches the web server, and in turn, the web server responds, and that particular website is seen on your system. The communication model is known as request response. So, this communication model is what do we call it as? Request and response. So basically, we give a request, we put in our request, and we get a response from the other end. A detailed video on IoT web application is already made and the link is also shared in the description box. The next IoT communication model is publisher and subscriber. Well, to understand this concept, we will first have to understand the concept of a broker. We all know that a broker is a person who deals in property like selling of land, houses, rent on when you want to buy a house, when you want to rent a place, when you want to lease a place. So these brokers come in to the picture and they help us. So well, your parents would have used such brokers for their dealings in the property. Well, now he has different types of properties. Well, a broker has a different type of properties for different people's needs. Like one person might need a bungalow, the other person might need a villa. One person might be wanting a flat, and the other person might be wanting an independent house. So it all depends on whether you want a 2 BHK, 3 BHK, a penthouse, or a studio apartment. So there are different, you know. Needs of the people. So the broker has all those properties for different people. The same concept is used here in publisher and subscriber. Publisher sends messages in the topic format. The broker stores all these messages as topics. When a subscriber requires any topic, it delivers the same to the subscriber. Well, here the concept that's used is of publisher and subscriber. The data is being published and the receiver who has subscribed receives this data with topics. MQTT protocol works on this concept. Next, we will discuss about push-pull in communication model. Well, this is required when one device is not properly synchronized with another device. That is, a publisher transmits multiple messages, and when this happens, then they are in a queue format so that those messages don't get lost. The publisher here pushes these messages, and when the consumer starts to receive these messages, he receives it one by one. This pull push or push pull concept is based on Q, and Q works on the FIFO, that is FIFO concept, first in, first out. Here in this given image, you can see that the red color message was sent first by the publisher. The consumer one collects that data first, then goes on to the green, blue, yellow, so forth. So in this type of module in communication model, it is called as push-pull. That is, the publisher pushes the data and the consumer. Next in communication models is the exclusive pair. This is used when the data that is shared by client and server is of high security. Well, let's try to understand this in the following way. The client generates a request to set up a connection with the server. As soon as the server is free, it responds to the client, and now a connection has been established between the client and the server, and the transmission of the data starts. A dedicated path is established between the client and the server as long as the data is being transferred. As soon as the data transmission is completed, the client sends a request to close the connection. The server responds to that request. Once the server responds to the communication between the two breaks. Here, the exclusive pair we understand is the exclusive line is being used between the client and the server. At that moment, no one else can use that line. That's why the data transmission happens in duplex and bidirectional. Here in this video, we have tried to understand that in IoT, which are the four modules and how they work.